Vegan chicken fried steak? Are you kidding me? Hey look, I'm not a vegan, but I am a chef, and it's my job to cater to all diets. Check this out. So here's what we have for ingredients. I have a Tisp of baking soda and also baking powder in here. I have garlic powder, I have onion powder, I have tapioca flour, I have regular flour, rice milk, and then we have our ground Beyond Meat. Right, now let's go ahead and let's prep our ground Beyond Meat. We're gonna place it into a bowl. We're gonna add our tapioca flour. Now the tapioca flour is gonna help bind it together when we shape it out like a piece of steak. So add about a tablespoon. That's good right there. We're gonna add a little salt, a little pepper for seasoning, and we're gonna go ahead and mix this together. So now we're gonna go ahead, we're gonna add our dry ingredients to the bowl. So that's our garlic powder, that's our onion powder. We're doing about a tablespoon of each one. Our flour, and I'm only gonna put about a quarter of a cup of flour in there. We're gonna add some salt and pepper to this, completely mix it, and then we're gonna lay it out on a plate. And next, take your rice milk, pour that into a plate, and go ahead and set that aside as well. All right, once you have your patty completely mixed and pressed out to shape, go ahead and place it in the freezer. We want it to firm back up so we can work with it. So we're gonna place it in there for about 20 to 30 minutes. Our meat is almost ready to come out of the freezer. That being said, you wanna go ahead and get your saute pan on. We're gonna fill it a quarter of the way and get the oil nice and hot. So once we bread this thing, we can get it into the pan because we don't want it to defrost and it's not gonna be workable. Alright, so we got our dry ingredients on one plate, we got our rice milk on the other plate, we have our steak-like looking Beyond Meat patty ready to go. We're gonna go ahead, we're gonna dredge it in the flour first, then we're gonna hit it with the rice milk, and then we're gonna go back into the flour again. Make sure all sides are coated. You want a nice dry coat of the flour all over the meat. Alright, so get a rack, have that set aside. Our pan is nice and smoking hot. We're gonna go ahead and we're gonna drop our fake steak inside. Be very careful not to burn your fingers, and also be very careful not to break the piece of meat. Let that go for about 4 minutes on each side. This is a good tip right here. I drop my heat to like a medium-low temperature. Notice how the oil comes halfway up the meat? That's what you want. That's pan frying. You're only cooking halfway up the item. Now watch how I flip this over. It's very important. You're going to tip your pan forward so all the oil is now at the other end of the pan. You're going to take your spatula. You're going to get underneath this guy. You're going to flip this towards you. Alright, then you drop your pan back down and let it finish cooking for another 4 minutes. Okay guys, key takeaway from this recipe is make sure that you place the meat inside the freezer after you get it all breaded up for at least 20 minutes so you can work with the item. It will fall apart on you if not. We're gonna go ahead and start plating. I'm gonna put a link to the vegan mashed potato and gravy video that I did. That's what I'm gonna be plating this vegan chicken fried steak with. Check this out. Vegan chicken fried steak and vegan mashed potatoes with gravy? Sexy! Dude, the camera's way over here.
And I told you that I needed
you. You want me to stand over here?
Yes.
The bowl's over here.
No, I told.
We're gonna mix this fully up. We're gonna mix this fully up. Mix the item back into. Why do I say item? What is item? And that's it, guys.